Hi everyone, I'm Nick. I wanted to make this video because about 2 weeks ago I went over to Treasure Key. And for those of y'all who don't know what or where that is, it's an island in the Abacos, which is part of the Bahamas, and it's the part that got hit really hard about 3 months ago by Hurricane Dorian. My family is landowners there, and so I went over there to kind of assess damage and figure out what we wanted to do. But I know there's quite a few people who are interested in the island and how they're rebuilding, but just don't have the means or the abilities to get over there right now. And so while I was over there, I took a whole lot of videos and pictures of everything. And so I figured that I'd put them together into a video so everyone who wants to see it but can't get over there has the opportunity to kind of see everything. And I am going to be voicing over quite a few of the videos because there's a lot of information that I want to add that I saw or that people over there told me. And then stick around to the end of the video as well because I'm going to go through kind of what my plan is moving forward with potentially documenting some of the rebuild of Treasure Key and all that sort of stuff. And then I'm also going to talk a little bit about this channel that I'm posting this video on and kind of the purpose of that and what I want to do with this channel moving forward. Thank you. Let's get into it. So we're on final approach here, and you can see the landscape surrounding the runway. That it just looks like a bunch of toothpicks sticking up out of the earth. There's no branches on the trees, no leaves, no anything. It's just crazy that it looks like a bunch of twigs sticking out of the ground and nothing more. So there you can see the airport. It's not a great shot of it, but the entire roof was collapsed and it's basically unusable. And so in its place, they had this RV set up, and that's where we went and cleared customs and did all that stuff. We didn't have to pay any fees or anything. All we had to do was the paperwork, and that was it. So one thing that I didn't really get a good video of, but I want to talk about, is what they're doing with all the debris. And so back over by the airport, they had a huge piece of land that they took and cleared everything out of. And they just have a constant run of dump trucks coming from Treasure into this land, just dumping everything they can there. The guy who was driving us around told us that they were going to try to sort through it all and see what they can reuse and whatnot. But I have a strong feeling they're just going to end up burning everything because trying to sort through that amount of debris would it just wouldn't work. The new hut they built out where they're building that new fishing lodge seemed to fare pretty well. That's where the pizza restaurant was going to go. Here's the fire station that you can see just got shredded apart. Here's a view of the woods behind the golf course. You can see Flo's house there in the back. House seemed to fare pretty well besides the roof, which anyone who knows Treasure knows Flo and Captain 40 and how much they mean to the island. But you can see the forest surrounding it has just been demolished. It looks like there was never the lush forest there. So we're getting into the heart of the island here. You can see we're driving past the Marina area and the Marina condos in the back there, and that's a little shopping center where Flo's Bakery was. And here's the house where the manager of the Marina lived. And usually those hexagon houses fare pretty well through storms and high winds, but it stood no chance to this storm. A little bit later in the video, I'll be going and walking through the whole Marina area over there by the Spinnaker and whatnot, so stick around and I'll go through that. But it's just crazy to me that, we're 3 months out and it still looks like a war zone. And they have been cleaning up and everything. There's just so much stuff there that it's impossible to make it dead in any reasonable amount of time. It's crazy. Here's a quick shot of the Mariners Cove area. That blue house there was actually a two-story house. The top story just got completely sheared off. You can see the Sea Cliff rental house there. It clearly didn't fare so well. Some good friends of mine stayed there every summer, and that house means a lot to them, so I really hate to see it in that condition. One thing that I do want to mention before I get too far into this video is that I took probably 1.5 to 2 hours worth of video, and so I can't fit it all into one single video. So if anyone has any specific thing they want to see in a video that they didn't see in this video, or any property or anything, either leave a comment or get in contact with me or something, and I can send you the exact video you want to see of what you want to see. You can see that this house has got sheared straight in half. Or the guy who was driving us around told us that they have houses that they have no clue where the second story of the house even is, because that happened and then the rest has got washed away. One thing that I'm not quite sure comes across well in this video is just how unnoticeable everything is. I've been going to Treasure since I was like a month old and spending multiple months a year there. And even me driving around, I got discombobulated on some of the roads just because I couldn't recognize anything. I couldn't recognize where I was. Special landmarks are just gone. And so it really was just hard to kind of tell where I was on the island at times. This house, it's named the Casbah, and it's owned by some extremely good family friends of mine. I've been friends with them for my entire life, and this is a house I spent a lot of time at. So this one's extremely sad to see in this condition. It's heartbreaking. You can see here that all the debris they clean up from anywhere. They're just making piles with on the road, for a bulldozer to come and pick up at some point in time in the future and put it into a dump truck and take it away to be burned. That house is definitely built better than most. Coming up here, if you look across the canal, you'll see a big 55 to 60 footish cruiser boat that got washed ashore. That looks like it's now been righted with cinder blocks and wood. If I had to guess, I'm guessing people probably used that for living after the storm, which is why it was righted how it is. This one is another good family friend of ours, Old House. The name of it is Perfect Place, and it actually fared surprisingly well. This one is crazy to me because that house top of the rock was so densely vegetated that you couldn't even see the three houses from the road, and now you're going to see straight through them to the beach. And then this big Polynesian style house someday came. That's a new house built within the last 3 to 4 years. And that house looks essentially untouched. Some of the trees are still there, the roof is still there, the windows are still there. That house was clearly built correctly. This house, Rafiki, is also some good friends of mine's house, and so I wanted to make sure to show this house so they can see how their house is doing. So we're driving out front of the Bahama Beach Club now. This is where my family had our place. We were a second floor unit, unit number 2056. And so we're going to pull in here and I'm going to walk out through our unit so you can see kind of the destruction of our place and then also the entire Bahama Beach Club property because this was such a big part of the island. Here is the entrance to the Bahama Beach Club. You can see that they've actually done a really good job cleaning up the landscaping area so far. They still have a lot to go inside the condos, but they are making pretty good progress. This is one of our garages and one of our golf carts, and we were pretty surprised to see that most everything in the garage was still there and in its place. Not much had moved. This part was really hard for us because this was the first time seeing the inside of our unit since the storm, and you can see everything is just trash. There's really no hope of recovering much. But the strangest thing is, as you're going to see in the next clip, one of the front bedrooms looks completely untouched from the storm, and the rest of the condo just looks like this nightmare. It was the weirdest thing in the world. You're looking at the master bedroom of our unit right now. At the end of the day, at least we still have one of the best views in the world. Standing by our front door, which is on the second story, I can see all the way out across the island to Windward Beach, which is crazy. There's not a chance I'd ever be able to do that regularly. Here is out back of Phase 5, which is the newer side of the Bahama Beach Club, out where like the dinner patio is. I'm going to let this beach clip play all the way through because even when the beach is this dirty, it's still the most beautiful beach in the world. This is the other side of the Bahama Beach Club, phase 1 through 4, the side where the pool bar is. We were happy to see that the second golf cart was still there in the second garage. That big ocean yacht that's been washed ashore that's high and dry, that's the boat that Captain 40 ran. So this is where the Cocoa Bar was over there on the beach, and I mean, there's pretty much nothing left of it. There's a little bit, but it's pretty much all gone. This is walking from that main parking lot out where the taxis park, down to where the Spinnaker is, and you can see the Spinnaker right there, which is just demolished. As you'll see in a second, the inside bar is all over the place. Everything's ripped off the walls. The roof is ripped out. The Spinnaker is a place that we're told is just going to have to be bulldozed. There's no saving that building. This is inside the Spinnaker. This is the bar that is just in pieces. Walking up to the Tipsy, you can see the pile here, and this is all the wood that made up the roof and seats and everything at the Tipsy. I was even able to find the names of some of my friends written on Sharpie on the debris. So here is Junkanoo Java's, and then we're going to be panning to the left out over the Marina into the Tipsy. So here's a full view of the Tipsy and the pool area. And, you know, this is a bar that me and so many other people have spent many many nights at, and it means a whole lot to me. And it's going to be sad to see the original Tipsy go. Thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. As I mentioned before, I want to talk a little bit about what my plans are with documenting the rebuild. And so I know there's quite a few people out there similar to myself that really want to follow it and see what's happening with what's going to get built, what's going to get torn down, what's going to get rebuilt, all that kind of stuff. And so for that reason, I am going to try to be documenting the entire process, through talking to different landowners over there, the developers, and then I am in the process of attempting to get in touch with the owners of the marina and resort. And so that would be huge because I could interview them, ask what they want to do, because they kind of rule the island. But then also I'm planning to get over there and take a bunch of videos, kind of document the entire process along the way. And so if that's something that you guys are interested in, go ahead and subscribe to this channel because, that would really help me, make these videos and everything. And so on kind of the similar topic, I want to talk a little bit about what this channel is. So I have 3 brothers, Jack, Hunter, and Matthew. And so we kind of made this channel as a place where we can kind of tell the stories that we want to tell and make cool videos and all that kind of sort of stuff. And so if you could, I'd really appreciate it if you could go and subscribe to the channel because that would really help us get this channel off the ground and do the things that we really want to do. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.